Hello, and welcome to Horror and Monster Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at this new quarter scale Michael Myers statue by PCS. This is the Sideshow exclusive, which is called the Slasher Edition, and it includes the alternate bloody knife and light up pumpkin. There is a lot of controversy about this piece, so let's go ahead and spin this around and take a closer look. Alright guys, so inside the box you will find your cert. Mine is 278 of a massive exclusive edition of 1500. I think that there is 2500 of the regular version, so there's like 4,000 of these pieces out there, which is a lot for a limited piece. The exclusive version obviously has the pumpkin and the top, and we have the left arm, and then the head sculpt, the body, the base, and the standard right hand, and then the bloody knife right hand. All right guys, so first up will be the base, and it is 8 3/8 inches wide. We'll take a look at the top and the paint app on the wooden floorboards, which is actually well done. There's lots of coloring on here, and it looks really good. Next we will go around the base, which has 4 different window scenes. This one is Michael's first kill. And also there's really good weathering on the panels too. So we'll just pay attention to that as we go around. And here we have the death of Annie Brackett. And here we have Laurie's perspective of the closet attack. And here we have the death of Bob. Now I will say though that while I like this base, here's the bottom, and I love the coloring used on the floorboards and for the walls of the house, so to speak. The paint work that's done in these windows is pretty awful. I don't know, it's just pretty bad. I feel like it was just relied too heavy on an airbrush, and some paintbrush work should have been done here. The promo did show colored window screens for here, but these are obviously not colored. I think that they probably pulled that out once they found out how much that was going to cost to produce. So we just got these black and white shaded scenes, and it's just not good. I don't know, they're really lacking to me. Some of them not as bad, but some of them are pretty bad. This can be touched up and repainted, but it's just kind of a disappointment at this price point. And I have the body installed now. It feels like it's got good weight. I would say that it's most likely solid resin. We will start down here at the feet. I can get it in focus for you guys. I did not have a problem fitting the foot into the base. It keyed in well and it sits flush. Let's take a look at the other shoe. The coveralls probably could use a little bit of futzing with. I would probably take some steam to them and kind of get out some of these funky wrinkles that don't look natural in spots. Here's the top with his shirt, which is not like a t-shirt, which I'm kind of bummed about. It's kind of like a, it looks like a neoprene material. But the coveralls are fairly accurate. We even have the tear on his right elbow represented. And despite all the controversy going on with this guy, I can't believe that nobody's screaming about the color of the coveralls. I guess that they have succumbed to the fact that they were not blue, that they looked blue in the blue lighting used on set, but this is indeed the color that they are supposed to be in natural light. All right, so we have the left hand, which has some good paint work here, some nice coloring and tones on here, and has some really light vein work going on. Let's see. Overall, nice job on this, and it is a magnet fit, so we're going to key this in just like so. We're going to pull that down over the arm. All right, so now we will take a look at the standard knife hand, which is the same exact as the bloody version, just obviously without the blood. But I do like the detail in here. The paint app is well done. There's some little weathering in here on the hilt. It is a non-sharp blade, and this is just resin, I believe. So I'm not going to display him with that. I'm going to use the bloody knife, so let's take a look at that real quick. This is the bloody version, and it's an okay blood application. I will fix this up though and do it up a bit better than what it is. That, or I may just leave this alone and redo the non-bloody version, make that bloody the way I like it. But again, good paint app on the hand and the knife. And it is also a magnet fit, so we're just going to drop him in there like that. Pull the sleeve over there, like so. And here we go with the head sculpt. And this is probably what the source of most of the frustration online is about. Customers feeling like the face sculpt that was advertised is not what PCS gave us. In a statement from PCS, they say that this is the exact same sculpt as their 1/3, which I had. Unfortunately, I did sell, so I cannot do a direct comparison for you guys on that. But I will say, though, that it doesn't, from memory, it doesn't look far off from that sculpt. The hole in the neck is probably a little bit big. Let's go in here on the eyes, which looks good to me. I would say that the skin tone inside is a little on the dark side. I think that they are trying to achieve a shading, a shadow effect in here. With proper light, you can get that naturally. But I think that that's why they went with a darker tone inside. Now, as far as the hair, it is flat from how it ships, but with some futzing with, which I still need to do, it shouldn't be too bad to get looking proper. That's not such a big deal to me, just because I dealt with Prime 1's Pennywise, and that's that's a head of hair that's a pain in the butt to have to do yourself. This isn't a lot of futz work, in my opinion. Now the paint app on the mask is fairly decent. I have some good shading and tones throughout here. Is it as good as the Proto? No, it is not. But I have had 100 to 200 statues, and I could probably count on one hand the amount that looked like they were painted as well as the Proto. But we do have good coloring in here though. And you know, Myers mask is very light dependent, and what I mean by that is to get the proper look, it really requires the right angle of light hitting it to show up all of these lines and to look the part. Now, I will say on the video that this is not looking, it looks pretty close to what I'm seeing, but it is skewed from the lens angle. But we will go ahead and put that on him, and we will pop his collar up. We'll move on to the pumpkin. All right, the pumpkin, let's see here. Now, somebody mentioned online that theirs didn't come with batteries. Mine did, and I actually like that it is a screwless entry on here. Just lift up that tab and you can access the batteries, which I really like. There's actually really good tones going on in this pumpkin, although it is not showing up that well on camera. Which is kind of a disappointment. I'm gonna have to try to catch this with pictures at the end. I'll do some studio shots of Myers and the pumpkin at the end of this video. But it is more orange and more tonal in real life than what's showing up on your screen. So, turn it on, and it has a cool flicker effect to mimic a candle flame, which I like. And then we have the top here that is also well done, and it even has like the texture of a cleaned out pumpkin on the inside, and we just set that in there like that, which I think looks pretty cool. All right, let's take a closer look at him now that he is assembled. I'll try to get you some different angles of the mask. Again, these are just my thoughts on this guy. You are free, obviously, to have your own thoughts if you love it or if you hate it. That's what makes this hobby so great. I basically got him for free because I had got the 1/3, which I did really like, but I was moving out of 1/3 stuff and I ended up selling them, and really the profit that I made off of the 1/3 paid for this guy because the 1/3 became in pretty high demand. So he was basically a freebie for me, and I wanted to kind of complete my quarter scale slasher collection, which is obviously most of the sideshow pieces with Freddy, Jason, and Leatherface. And I do like how PCS did the base to kind of match that theme set by Sideshow with the round platform base. I just really wish that some of this detailing in here had been done a bit cleaner. But he will go with the set pretty well. He is a total of 18 inches tall and about 22 inches tall, including the base. All right, guys, so final thoughts would be, I like him. I think he looks actually much better than initial pictures. That's in real life. I hope to be able to capture some good shots of him at the end of this. I guess you'll see as you watch, but I have not taken those pictures yet. But just in hand, he looks better than what I've seen online, and that's all I can tell you. I don't think that PCS duped us and gave us a different sculpt. It doesn't make sense. They had a great sculpt with the 1/3. It would make sense that you would just shrink that down for the quarter scale. I don't know why you would bother trying to resculpt a quarter scale Myers when you already had a good 1/3. It's a pain in the butt to try to get a Myers mask done well, as we all know. In fact, it's very, very hard. We all know how critical we are of these masks. I am saying that, in my opinion, I think that this looks good. I'm happy to have it in my collection. Does it need some touch up? Yes, it does. I will be touching up the blood. I might add a little bit of detailing to the pumpkin, and I might tack those window relief scenes and paint those in color like the prototype initially had. But I don't know. I'm terrible at black and gray painting, so I don't know if I could pull that off so well. But I might do the colored because I really like the way the colored ones pop, personally. I think that if you're a quarter scale guy and you have the quarter scale sideshow pieces, you will not be disappointed with this guy. Is he pricey? Yes, he is. That's kind of the direction that this hobby is going, and that's kind of why I am pulling out of the hobby. I'm slowing down on the pieces I'm getting. It's just too expensive. Now, this is a quarter scale statue, and it's what, $575. It's a lot for what you get. Basically they painted the base and the shoes and the hands and the head. The body was a given because it's in coveralls. I just don't know that the value is there. It was only a few years ago that you could get a piece like this for $450. So I don't know what this is going to be in 2 or 3 years from now, but I don't want to be getting these pieces in the hobby at that time. So as always, feel free to leave any questions or comments. Love it or hate it. I'd like to know. Let me know. If you just think that this is awful, let me know. I am trying to show you what I see. It is not fully coming through in video. You may love this. Let me know that too. I'm curious. I know that us Myers fans are super passionate fans, and I totally get getting upset about things. I honestly do. Does it match the prototype? No. Is the mask painted as good as the proto? No, it's not. It's painted good, but it's not as good as the proto. But I truly don't have anything except for a couple of pieces that are painted as good as the prototype on anything that's mass produced. And this is very mass produced, which is kind of a turn off for me. I am not an elitist, but it's hard to get into paying $600 for something that there's 4,000 of. I don't know. It's just me personally. It's not an elitist thing. I love that this is in people's collections. The more the merrier, but for me, it's just kind of a turn off when they announce this high edition size. But anyway, I know I'm rambling on. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on this. I'm very, very curious. I respect all of you guys' opinions, whether you hate it or whether you love it. I actually like it, and I'm going to keep it in my collection. So as always, feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And I will spin this around for you and leave you with some studio shots. Take care.